Ideas for someone special. How about a good book? The Johnson County Public Library is here in studio this morning to share their book gift guide for 2022, and it's divided into different age groups like adults, teens, and younger kids. So stick around for some good ideas next. It is the season of giving, and you know what makes a great gift? A good book. But where do you start finding the right book? Maybe especially if you're shopping for a child or a teenager. The Johnson County Public Library has you covered with their 2022 book gift guide. Heather Grantham from the Franklin Library branch is here to tell us about it right now, along with Bibli the bookworm. He's the mascot for this. Guys, I love this idea because I would love to give books, but you kind of need to know the person. Are they, do they like a thriller or a mystery? And then especially if you're shopping for a child, maybe it's been a while since you were a parent of young kids. What's popular these days? I love this idea.
Right. Well, our gift guide is online this year, and it's divided into 3 different groups: teens, adults, and children.
And so you can specifically go and look at, is it maybe top 10 or top 12, or how many books on the list?
There's about 70 books.
Wow.
And they are selected by library staff.
Awesome. How do you go about picking those?
Well, if you're going to purchase for a child, we have a great book called Bathe the Cat. This is my favorite for the entire year. And there's also one called Moody Moody Cars. It's an easy way to share with children about emotions.
Okay. Are these all new books, like over the last year or so? Or
Correct.
Are they include like the classics as well?
This is only for the year 2022.
Okay,
Yes.
So these are new books from this year, so you know you're going to be giving something that they probably haven't read before.
Correct.
Unless they bought it back in February or something like that. Are there any particular on the list I mean, you mentioned a couple of the kids' books, but buying books for teenagers, I can imagine that's not an easy thing to do.
We've got some great ideas. There is one called Become an App Inventor.
Okay.
Which is self-explanatory. And there's a great one called Teen Baking Boot Camp. And there is actually a pie crust recipe in this cookbook. Usually cookbooks for children and teens tell you to go to the grocery store and buy a pie crust.
I love just the idea that you don't have to go and walk around a bookstore for hours, or or the library even too. You can check out this list and know what you're going for when you head there. Correct.
And here's a great one too. Go Here Instead. It gives you ideas. Instead of going to like the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, go to the other side of the island of Australia and visit Christmas Island.
This is so cool. If I hand our kids are sort of still pretty young, hand them a book, and they may turn their nose up on it, but once they open it, you can barely get it out of their hand. It's like once you get them into it, then they get into it.
That's right.
That's very, very cool.
And also, it's important to read to the children and babies at least 20 minutes a day.
Awesome.
It doesn't have to be in one sitting, maybe 5 minutes here or there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Bibli, I see you over there, man. Thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. Have fun this holiday season. And if you want to check out this list, you can. These ideas, we're going to link it up for you at fox59.com at some point today, very soon. You can check out the whole list for yourself. Adults, teens, and young kids. Guys, thanks so much for coming in and what you're doing with this.
Our pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with your top stories next.